My name is Pradnya Balamurgan. I'm a rising sophomore in high school. The dance form I want to focus on today is Bharatanatyam. I have been learning Bharatanatyam since I was 5, meaning I have been practicing it for around 10 years. I am truly passionate about it and would love to share some aspects of it with you all. To begin with, I want to give a very brief history of the origins of Bharatanatyam. Bharatanatyam is one of the most glorious and oldest Indian classical dance forms which originated in the ancient temples of Tamil Nadu, India 5,000 years ago. The foundations of it can be found in Natya Sastra, an ancient Hindu text for performing arts. Natya Sastra is attributed to the ancient scholar Bharata Muni. Evidence of this dance form have been depicted through the carvings of Kanchipuram's Shiva temple dating back to as far as the 6th and 9th century CE. Now we'll encounter some terminology and classifications. Bharatanatyam follows 3 categories of performance as mentioned in Natya Sastra. One of them is Nritta. Nritta performance is the fast-paced and rhythmic portion of the dance. Here, the emphasis is more on the beauty of motion, speed, range, and pattern. The second is Nritya. Nritya is the slow and expressive aspect of the dance, where there's an emotion or a story that needs to be narrated through silent gestures and body motions set with the musical notes. The third is Natya. Natya is basically a play, which shows a group performing together, but can be acted as a solo performer, where there are standardized body movements used by the dancer. Let's look one level deeper into the building blocks of the dance. You must always do the namaskaram at the beginning and end of dancing to respect the dance form, the teacher, and also Mother Nature. The basic unit of dance in Bharatanatyam is the adavu. Each adavu is a combination of steps or positions with coordinated movements of the feet, legs, hands, arms, torso, head, and eyes. Adavus give Bharatanatyam its distinctive look. For instance, many adavus are executed with the legs bent, knees outward, heels together, and toes outward, a position called Aramandi. The adavus, numbering around 120 in all, are divided into numerous groups and subgroups. Adavus are accompanied by rhythmic symbols or solkattas that put together the steps of the adavu in a time sequence or meter. Solkatte is a verbal description of an arrangement of beats or steps. Teyyum tatta teyyum ta teyya tading ginatom kitataka tari kitatom. The hand gestures of Bharatanatyam are called Hastas. Sometimes you may hear them called as mudras or hasta mudras. There are single-handed and double-handed hastas and lots of them too. When a hasta is employed in a specific context for a specific purpose, it gets a special name for that use. The facial expressions of Bharatanatyam are called abhinaya. The dancer uses facial expressions to show emotions. The emotions may come from the poetry in the music or belong to a character being portrayed. This is one of the standard positions in Bharatanatyam, with the feet together, hands in pataka, and on the waist. As mentioned before, this is called Aramandi. This position is similar to Aramandi. It's called Muramandi. This step, the hastas are alternating while you bounce from side to side using your toes, landing in a diamond position with your legs. Here, the feet are being tapped while one foot is stretched out with the heel on the ground and toes facing up. The hastas are alternating here too. In these steps, the body and eyes move with the hands. In the first one, the hasta stays in Tripata, but in the second one, it alternates between Pataka and Alabatma. The feet are similar in these 2 steps as in the last one. This step is done in Muramandi. The mudras in your hands change while you use the momentum from your toes to move from side to side. Here are some videos of me dancing a piece called Tillana. You may recognize some steps here as they are the basis of the choreography.